Today we're taking back the X6m. We have it on the trailer here. It's a little bit dirty from sitting. So essentially what we did, we went through kind of stuck everything back together. The engine's back in it, transmission's back in it. Everything's kind of sitting there. Now this car will more likely go to Copart like many others, and this will be sold as is, as mechanical damage or needs engine or whatever they decide to put on it. And yeah, that was not a good time putting that back in. It's kind of to the limit of our hydraulic cart. So it was a tedious process. We did not film it. We talked about filming it. At that point in time, we just wanted to get it back together as quick as we could, and it still took a couple days to get to this point. One problem we did have, once we put all back together, plugged everything up, it would not come out of park. It just like wouldn't recognize anything and was just stuck in park. We did all the procedures and manually put it neutral. That did not have any effect on it. So the front CV axles were still out. We wrapped them and put them in the back, and we ended up having to take the 3 bolts out of the guibo and slide back the drive shaft a little bit to get it on the trailer. Why will it not come out of park? We don't know. We just could not spend days and days and days and days on it trying to figure that out, especially just to go to auction. Will this thing ever be fixed? This will probably be sold as parts, I would say, at this point. But you never know. Somebody has a good engine sitting around, they may go ahead and fix it, but it's unlikely that's the case. So we're gonna get on the road. See you guys when we get there. All right, so we made it. We're gonna go ahead and load this thing off the trailer. And that's it. It's that simple. To fill up, to hit the power button. Of course, again, electronic parking brake. So we're here with Brian. So Brian, tell us how you came about getting the E71 X6m.
Yeah, well, it was, I bought it at an auction. I actually bought it through a Mannheim auction, and had good experience in the past, but this was my first BMW. So
But you broke it in right. You got,
yeah.
got the worst out of the way.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, unfortunately for me, but yeah, it looks like I got the bad one out of the way, and unfortunately I found your channel after the fact, trying to
Yeah, I would have
diagnose
totally
problems.
told you not to buy this.
Yeah, but unfortunately that's it. But I bought it, and the dealer was out of Chicago, big high-end dealer there, and I kind of probably trusted a little bit too much. They just told me it had a misfire. It wasn't what they sold. They sell.
As everybody from Chicago tells you,
Yeah,
you can't trust anybody in Chicago.
I'm learning that, unfortunately. You know, and I tend to be one of those guys who, what I tell you is true, you know, but unfortunately not in this situation, I guess. But
so Brian,
anyway.
Brian had called me. He had emailed me, then I called him, and we agreed to take it apart, but we didn't know it was going to be that bad. And so after talking to him, I said, look, this thing is going to destroy your checking account and keep on doing so for years to come. And so hopefully you get a good price out of it. He'll put it back on the auction as needs the engine, and
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and that's what I'll do. I'll be very upfront, you know, because I don't want everybody to be on the same level.
However, if one of you guys, one of the viewers buy this, don't email me and say, Nathan, can I bring it to your house? Can you finish fixing it for me? Because that seems like that's the kind of thing that happens.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
I mean, I hate we couldn't fix it. But
they start saying, well, we've seen it on your channel. You could totally fix this for me for like half of what you said. Because, you know,
yeah,
do us a favor.
Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't plan to charge Brian anything in labor. And even then, we couldn't make any sense out of fixing this thing. And not to mention, if you did totally fix it, the 1,400 other problems that these things occur would also start happening one by one once it got back here. ECU issues, you know, all the injector problems and all that.
Yeah,
it just didn't make sense to do it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car, you know. I read some really good things about it prior to really doing the research of all the problems about it, and so we're excited to get it, to check it out, and unfortunately it needs a new engine. So better off, like you said, to let it go to somebody that knows how to fix them or has one laying around, an engine laying around, because the body's in great shape, the interior's in great shape.
Yeah,
You know, so it's a pretty car.
Like I was telling Brian earlier, somebody that, one of the three things, has a flood car. The next thing would be somebody that has an engine that's in running condition. The next thing would be parts. It's worth a fortune in parts.
Yeah.
But then you got to take every part off.
Yep.
List it all, go through all that nonsense.
I'm not into that.
And man,
So-
that's you got to have a business doing that. It's just not worth it if you don't already have everything set up.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
And then you got to battle the post office and PayPal and eBay fees, and it goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that's gonna be it, guys.
Yep.
That's the legacy of the X6m. And that's it. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, thanks.
Because all they need to fix this is just the block and everything on it. Really just the block. They can swap all the electronics over from this. Okay, so we're back at the shop. It's a couple days later. So as you heard, Brian didn't want to be on camera. That's totally fine. We all get that. You heard him tell the story about, you know, how he bought that. Those auction sites and Facebook Marketplace is full of those cars, N63 and S63 cars. Even if you have a brand new one, it's horrible, horrible, horrible. If you don't have rod bearing failures, the amount of hoses on those engines and the non-accessibility when the engine's in the car, you're gonna have to engine out for almost any little thing. When we were taking it out, there's so many hoses, so many fittings, you had to unhook as the engine was coming out, as you put it back in, as it's going back in. There's just so much to it. And having the vacuum pump on the rear passenger of the engine, where it was 100% inaccessible with the engine in, and that was leaking. You know, taking the turbos off, you get those on the top of the downpipes where they're molded, around back of the engine. Maybe you get that stuff off with the engine in. I don't know. I think you're at least gonna have to drop the engine down a little bit, the subframe down a little bit, and to be able to get to it. It really is an issue. Be very, very cautious of those cars, guys. There should be a sound warning for you all if you're thinking about buying one of those that's cheap. And you know, we still see it. We see all the times on the forums. Kids are on there. It's always young kids. All the F10 M5 is so much faster than the E60 M5. Yeah, but it's also a bank account wrecker. And you know, those kids will say, "Oh, I'm so rich, it don't matter." Well, no, you're not. Your daddy's probably rich and it don't matter. And even it probably matters to him, actually. You start throwing away 8, 10, 20, 30 grand, that'll raise anybody's eyebrow. You know, you're not Elon, so that's not gonna, you're just not, right? But other than that, we had some really good cars in this channel. Just that particular model was a real situation. So next up, we're E46. We'll be done next. A lot of people wanting to buy that, and then our M5, it's a waiting game on that car. But I'm trying to figure out what to buy next. With the economy falling on its face right now, everything crashing, what is a good car we could buy, we can make videos on, that is still sellable? Obviously a lower budget car, but leave in the comments what you guys think we should buy. An M car or non-M car. You know, there's a million different options. But yeah, I'd like to have your input on some of that. And that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you all, well, tomorrow. See you all later.